So we're going to speak today about the narrow door. And for me, this passage on the Gospel according to Spiritism, it's a very important passage because, like our friend read the text before, we have choices to make every single day. It's good or bad, we don't know. It's up to us. So the narrow door will explain us all that it involves so we can make the right choices. And it's on the chapter 18, and it starts like this. Enter through the narrow door, for the door of perdition is wide, and the path leading to it is broad, and there are many who enter through it. How small is the door to life? How narrow is the path that leads to it? And how few there are who find it. So every day in our lives, we encounter doors. Most of them are wide, and we will see why those doors are wide. But the narrow door, it's the one that we have to look for. The one that will help us grow spiritually. Because that's the main reason of our reincarnation. It is to evolve. When God created us, He created all of us the same. And we all have a path to go. In the end, we are all going to be the same. But the pathway that we choose, that's what's going to take us. Maybe some will move faster and others will take centuries or thousands of years to accomplish, but we are all going to arrive at the destination. So which door should we take? Should we take the wide door, the one that we see every day, or the narrow door, the one that compels us to make effort to get to it? So, what is the narrow door? Should I take it? The narrow door, it's the door to perdition. The wide door. Sorry. The door to perdition is wide because evil passions are many, and the pathway to evil is frequented by most. So this door is the one that we see every day when we turn on our TVs, when we turn on the radios, when we are on our way to the Spiritist Center and somebody calls us and say, hey, we have a party to go. Would you like to go with me? If you are not on the right pathway, you may think twice, because maybe it's a very appealing invitation. And that's where we have to be aware, because this door, it's easy, it's open to us. We don't even have to make the effort to open this door. It's already there. So evil passions, like what's your name? Claudia. The text that Claudia read said about, that we have to feed our bodies, that we have to also feed our spirit. And everything that it's materially for the earth, that's where we take the wide door, because it's right open. But the one that we have to work every single day, that we have to take the knife and mold ourselves, that's the one that's really hard to get to it. So the narrow door, should I take it? I say yes, because that is what's going to take us to our final destination. The door, so the narrow door, it's the door to salvation. The door to salvation is narrow because those who want to go through it must make a great effort to control themselves in order to overcome their evil tendencies. And few resign themselves to doing so. Every time when I have to do I study, either it's for my spiritist group or for other places, I feel sad in the beginning because I see how much I still have to work on myself, but also gives me the peace that God loves me unconditionally, and He gives me the tools every day so I can work on that. And while I was doing this presentation, I was putting on my, balance. What do I do every day? What should I be doing every day that I don't? And unfortunately, the wide door was heavier than the narrow door. But why is it so hard? Like it says here, we have to overcome our evil tendencies. Evil does not mean that it's bad only. It's our vices. It's the time that we spend watching the soap opera for 4 hours but cannot get a book to read for 10 minutes. All the small choices we make takes us to the right pathway. So these doors, they are our free will. God gave us the free will. So He knows that sometimes we take the wrong pathways, but He also knows that no matter what happens, we will get to the destination. And our free will, it's the most important thing that we have to have conscience of it. Anytime we do something and our conscience clicks right away, that's when we have to stop and see, am I doing the right thing or not? And most of the times, the bell will ring and we still make the other choice. But we are human beings and we are here to work on that. And that's why I love so much Spiritism, because that gave me the tools that I need to work on myself every day. When I studied the gospel, I study for myself. Oftentimes I think about my husband, I think, oh, he should be doing that or so. But then also the next message tells me, do not look to your neighbor, look to yourself. So I can only speak about myself. So I would like to start from the beginning so we can understand why we have been choosing the wrong door. The Spirit's book, question 121. Kardec asks the spirits, how is that some spirits have followed the road of good and others the road of evil? It's a bigger answer. I just got what I really wanted to show you guys. God has not created any spirit bad. He has created them simple and ignorant. That is to say, possessing an equal aptitude for good and evil. So, God gave us the same thing. And that's where we started opening our doors, when we were first created by God. And the reincarnation, that is where we have through reincarnation, it's where we can really fulfill our destination. If we were created only for this existence, perhaps, if I did a lot of good things in my life and then my brother did not, but then we both die, and what happens after that? He that did many bad things, which is not the case, and I that I did a lot of good things. Is that fair? Is that, is God fair if He would do that to us? No, because God is just. That's why we have reincarnation. Because through reincarnation, we're going to attune every single choice that we made through our whole existence. With the prior existence of the soul and the plurality of the worlds, the horizon is broadened. Light is shed on the most obscure points of the faith. The present and the future are in solidarity with the past. So when we look on our past, maybe in this present life or in our past lives, we have the opportunity today to make it better. So our present and our future, it is solidary with our past. Because no matter what we did, we have the chance to make it right today. And then we may think, oh, I have done things that I'm ashamed of. Can I start over again? Yes, you can. I can. And reincarnation gives us that certainty that we will achieve our goals. So I really love this picture, because we see this new baby coming into this world, and then we see the old one going back to the spiritual world. And with that, we know that we are always together. It's not because I don't have my grandmother with me physically that she's not with me. Whenever I think about her, she is in my heart. Or any other person that you may think of, a friend, a loved one that passed away and you don't see it, physically, you don't have it with you. But the soul of this person survives, just like us when we leave the earthly existence. So, goodbyes are the law of the earth, and reunions are the law of the heaven. I saw this on a Daily Bread book from another church, and I thought it was so powerful. They're not spiritists, but they are saying what we believe. Goodbyes are the law of the earth. We say goodbye. But when we go back to our spiritual world, which is our main home, we get reunited with the ones we love. And then this leads us to something very important. When I was doing this, I thought about how my parents raised us. And we know that we are spirits that are, have thousands and thousands of years. But in this incarnation, God gave the mission to my parents to put us on the right path. So which door did our parents open to us? Because the kids that are having the evangelization, evangelization is that the gospel right now, that are learning the gospel. You are opening their doors every day until they can make their own choice. So it is important to us to understand that we are not only opening our doors, but we are opening the doors of our children, of our grandchildren, our nephews. Because until they are able to make their own choices, they are observing us. Do we come to the Spiritist Center and then we are all nice? We smile, and then we get home we are severe, we lie, we do things that we preach, but we don't do it ourselves. They are observing us. So we really have to pay attention to the doors that we are opening to our, that our parents open to us. And now the doors that we will open to our kids. When I look back on myself, we were very poor, but one thing never was missing, which was love. We never had the toys that all my friends had, but my mother always kissed us goodnight every single day. Even though she was working 15 hours a day, she always made the time to make us feel loved. And I'm sure that the doors that she opened to me, my brother, and my little sister was the right doors. So then we grow up and we are able to make our own choices. When we are teenagers, we think we are invincible. I can do this, I can do that. And then you start to grow a little older. And hopefully you realize that we have to make changes. I was 23 years old when I found Spiritism. I was Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, anything you can think about. My parents had a place like this, and between our teenage years, we only rented for churches. So I went because I wanted to be with the youth group. But I never had that feeling inside of me saying, this is the right thing for you to do. But it gave me other options. It opened my mind to what was to come. And when I came the first time to the Spiritist Center, I was afraid because I never heard about before. But in my heart, when I saw the people, I was like, I know these people already, they're my family. And then we have the choices to make. We can choose the narrow door, which mainly consists working in our moral evolution. And that begins in our home. If we want our earth to have peace, we have to start peace in our home. Because that's the first group of society that we are in touch with. So I kind of jumped, when I got so carried over about talking at the doors that we open to our children. So it is important for us to be aware that not only we are opening our doors, the wide door or the narrow door, but we are also opening to our children. And God will ask us in the future, what did you do with the son that I gave it to you? We are all brothers and sisters because we are all sons and daughters of the same Father. But right now, we have little ones that we are in charge of. Even if you don't have kids, which is my case, but I have friends with kids. We are always around kids. We can make a difference in their lives. And that is so deep that one action that you do may change the way they see life. So, can we change? Yes, we can. We just have to work hard for that. And working hard means that every time we're going to do the wrong choice, that we put our feet on the floor and say, no, I've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. And right now, I make the choice of making the right choice for my life. The choice we make today will open all the doors in our future. So yes, we can. And Jesus is the door. He not only came to this earth and lived But he gave the example. He didn't come and say, Jana, you have to do this, Claudia, you have to do that. No, he gave us the example. So anytime when we have to make a choice of something that we have to put on the balance, I have started to think like, what would Jesus do if he was here? I know it's hard. I know, I cannot compare myself to Jesus. But what would he do? If I'm making judgment of somebody that I think cannot have forgiveness, I am forgetting that God forgives myself every single time when I do something wrong. So I think about Jesus and I just see that beautiful face, that no matter what, he always gave love. He always had his hand to help us. And there is a song, I tried to find the song, but I couldn't, that I listen on a Christian radio. And there is one part that it says, no matter what you are, no matter what you do, every day you can choose. And then every time I hear this song, my heart, starts pounding. Because on our daily lives, we face situations where we think we don't have a choice. I have to do this. Yes, we do have a choice. The narrow door, the one that takes us to the right pathway, demands effort from us. And sometimes I see myself, because I have a lot of friends that are not spiritists. And sometimes I will say things and then they look at me like I am an alien. What are you talking about? So I have to think that they don't know. I mean, it's not that they don't know, they do know. We together sometimes not only understand the same thing. We all may read the same phrase, but depending on your stage of evolution and mine, we will understand differently. And sometimes my friends will tell me things and then, I may be sad at the moment, but I know that I'm making the right choices. If I don't go to a party because I have to go to my beauty day, which is happening today, which helps our spiritist center, I'm not going to be sad because I know I'm making the right choices. If I don't go to the nightclub because I have something to do that involves other things that are more important to my spiritual evolution, I will do it. But sometimes people will make us feel that we are aliens. That's how I feel. But then I think about Jesus again, and I know that he's the one that's watching over me. I know that God is watching over me. And Jesus also said on John chapter 10, 9, I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. So Jesus is our door. When we see those doors open, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, the one that wants us to buy, sometimes we just have to calm down and see what is really important and what isn't. I've been going through a phase in my life right now where it's bringing me down to earth to make understand everything that I'm going through has a reason. But this is for my growth. It's for my evolution. Sometimes I feel sad because I can't do certain things. But then I look to myself and I see that I'm healthy, that I have a job, that I have a wonderful husband, that I have a home. And just this, because our job is very important, because it gives us the meanings to live, because we have to pay rent or mortgages. But I have all that I need in my home. I don't need anything that it's from the outside. But everything that I know, which is not much, if I know and I just keep it to myself, it's not gonna do any good. Because if you don't do good things, you're not doing bad things, but you could be doing something else. So I try to look to God's signs every day. Whether I'm going to the grocery store and I see an elderly lady trying to open the bathroom door. God gives us signs of ways that we can work in our own selves through helping others. Jesus is the door to salvation. And there are two things that we must do so Jesus can help and save us. He's not going to save us, we will save ourselves, which is charity and love our neighbors and our sisters and brothers unconditionally, just like God loves us. So the two doors that we are speaking today, the wide door, it's the door of perdition, the one that we often choose. But we are doing a little better because we chose to be here this morning. We could be doing anything, just sleeping. But you made the choice to be here. And that, it is already the first step. Every single day we take steps towards God, towards the light. And the two doors also leads us to the pathways. We may choose the one that's wide and short, but at the end, it may gives us more things to work on it in the future. So today, I want to make the invitation to you guys, just like to my own self, that we can try to open our eyes and see the narrow door. Try to take that path that may seem so tiny at the beginning when you start to walk towards it. But the closer you get, the door starts to open. And after you can go through, you will see all the good things that can happen in your life. And with that, I think I just have one more thing here. I look too much. So sometimes we run away from God. Because when we choose the wrong pathway, we're running from God. But why do we do that? Is it because anger, disappointment, disobedience, or it's a web of rebellion that comes from our own desires? So today we have the opportunity, instead of running from God, we have the opportunity to run to God. And that's what I want to finish my thing for this morning. And I hope that you know that I made it clear, or thank you so much.